This is the first episode of Miniature Minute. This is James Knight Studios. Let's jump right into it. Today we're going to be covering priming your miniatures. Priming your miniatures is very important. It provides a layer for the paint to stick to and will help prevent rubbing off paint while being handled. Now, there are three ways you can prime a miniature. You can do it by brush, by airbrush, or you can use an aerosol can. I will be priming a miniature with each of these methods, and you can make a choice on which method will work best for you. Since I'm priming skeletons, which are majority bone, I'll be priming in a light gray. This will help the later coats of paint show up lighter. First, we're going to prime with a brush, and I recommend trying to use a cheaper brush. You don't want to waste your good stuff on this. I did 2 thin coats, and this is the result I got. It took about 3 minutes. It's a little patchy, and I'd recommend possibly doing a 3rd coat, but remember, the more coats you add, the more detail you'll be filling in. Next, we're going to be doing airbrushing. This is personally how I prime my miniatures. It's cost effective, saves time, and it only needs 1 coat. It also doesn't need to be outgassed like aerosol cans, and 1 container of airbrush primer can last hundreds if not thousands of miniatures. Airbrushing does have its downsides though. You will have to buy an airbrush and a compressor. You also need to learn about consistencies of paints. You have to make sure they're well cleaned and lubricated, know about needle sizes, spray patterns, air pressures, and other techniques. But once you've mastered this, I think it's well worth it. With all primers, I recommend letting them dry. This may take up to 12 hours or sometimes even 24. By doing this, you're going to reduce your chances of peeling up that paint or possibly rehydrating it. Remember when using an airbrush or an aerosol can to move the model around and the angle of the spray to try to reach all the areas the model has. Now I'll be off to the garage to get some sketchy footage of me using an aerosol can to spray down a miniature. I will admit it was 2 AM, my roommate was asleep, and it was raining outside, so I had to do in the garage. Remember to aerosol with plenty of air around you, and don't do it inside your house, otherwise you might poison yourself. Using aerosol cans is probably the most popular way to prime miniatures. It's also very effective and fast. Just make sure to keep the can 6 to 8 inches away from the model, and sweeping motions while spraying. Don't ever start spraying while aiming at the miniature. The results of using an aerosol can are very nice. Super thin coat, perfectly even, very smooth. But remember to outgas. All this means is let it dry in a ventilated area so that you're not bringing those fumes inside your house. And with that, we've primed all 3 miniatures. 3 different styles. Now it's up to you to decide which one best suits you and your budget. I want to thank you for watching. If you'd like more videos like this, please stay on this playlist and it will continue to play more basic steps in miniature minutes. If you like what I've done here, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.